If you're a manager in tech right now, you know you're not just managing code anymore. It feels more like you're trying to navigate a revolution in real time. All the old playbooks, they're pretty much obsolete. So in this explainer, we're going to talk about a new framework for building in an age of constant, unpredictable change. Let's get right into it.
This sentence just perfectly captures our new reality. The pandemic wasn't some pause button that we could all just hit play on again. Nope. It was a catalyst, a forcing function that permanently cranked up the speed of change for everyone.
So let's start by tearing down the single biggest mistake we can make right now, and that's planning for a return to normal. It's just not happening. The world of 2019 is gone. The very ground our systems were built on has shifted for good. So what do we mean by a forcing function? It means the crisis didn't just cause a temporary headache. It forced us into deep, fast, and permanent adaptations. We had no choice but to re-engineer everything, from supply chains and how we work, to the very speed we're expected to make decisions. Change wasn't optional. And you can see the aftershocks are still shaping everything around us. These aren't just separate little problems we're dealing with now. They are the direct, downstream results of a global system that was stretched to its absolute breaking point. Every single weak link was exposed. Now, this is a really critical mental shift. On the left, you've got bouncing back. That's the old idea of resilience, right? Like a trampoline snapping back to its original shape. But that original shape doesn't exist anymore. Our new reality is on the right, repeated recalibration. Think of it like this. You're trying to stay balanced on the deck of a ship in a storm. Your goal isn't to find solid ground. Your goal is to get really, really good at adjusting to the constant motion. That's real resilience now. Okay, so just as we were all getting our sea legs in this new, faster world, a second incredibly powerful accelerator showed up and plugged right into this already stressed out system. And of course, we're talking about AI. And it is so important to see AI not as just another app, but as a general purpose technology. It's basically a multiplier on human capability, the power to analyze, to create, to automate, and, yes, the power to do harm. Just look at this. AI isn't some niche tool you can contain in one industry. No, it's more like a dye that seeps into everything: finance, education, media, you name it. It is a system-wide variable that is changing the rules of the game for everybody, everywhere, all at once. So here's the takeaway. The pandemic forced a massive change in how the world works. And now AI is supercharging what we can do inside that new, unstable world. This isn't just one thing after another. This is compounding change. The effects are multiplying. So this brings us right to the heart of the matter for you as a tech manager. This is the core tension you're dealing with every single day, whether you're shipping a new feature or designing a whole new system. It's called the Calling Ridge Dilemma, and man, does it nail our situation with AI. The dilemma is this. The moment a technology is easiest to control is right at the beginning, when it's brand new. But that's also when its future harms are almost impossible to predict. By the time you actually see the problems clearly, it's too late. The tech is already baked into the foundations of your company. Just think about it in these 3 simple steps. Early on, the tech is like wet cement. You can shape it however you want. But once you deploy it, it starts to harden. It gets integrated into everything. By the time it reaches maturity and the negative consequences are staring you in the face, well, good luck trying to change it. It's now a concrete pillar holding up your business. This is why waiting around for certainty is a trap. So, if we can't just wait and see, why can't we just get better at predicting the impacts? The answer is because we're not dealing with simple, predictable machines anymore. We're operating inside incredibly complex systems. Let's walk through a scenario that probably sounds familiar. Your team deploys a new AI tool. The goal is simple. It's on the tin, boost productivity. And hey, the early results? They look amazing. So that early success creates this powerful feedback loop. It works great for one team, so naturally it gets rolled out to 5 more, then 20. Before you know it, it's part of the core workflow and everyone depends on it. That initial good result has now become the reason to go all in. But, and this is the critical part, complex systems have time lags. The hidden costs, right? The fact that your team's own analytical skills are starting to get a little rusty because the tool does the thinking, or some weird data integrity issues are popping up. Those things don't appear in next quarter's report. They might not show up for a year or even longer. And by the time you realize what's actually happening, that tool is mission critical. You can't just turn it off. That gap,
The one between making the decision and seeing its true, full consequences, that's what makes long-term forecasting so fragile, so brittle. You just can't draw a straight line from A to B. So, if we all agree that trying to predict the future 5 years out is a brittle strategy, what's the alternative? How do we possibly build for a future that's literally being written as we go? Well, it requires a fundamental shift in what we're trying to achieve.
We have to pivot. We have to stop seeking certainty and start building for robustness. Instead of spending all our energy on a perfect long-term plan that's just going to shatter at the first surprise, we should be building systems that can actually survive being wrong. Systems designed not to break, but to bend, to adapt, and to correct themselves along the way. And what does a robust system actually look like? Well, it means you're building in shock absorbers from day one. It means you have ways to catch and fix errors fast, maybe even automatically. It means you can keep the trust of your users even when things go sideways. And this last one is huge. It means creating a culture where choosing not to deploy something is seen as just as valuable as launching the next big thing. Look, at the end of the day, this all comes down to a bit of humility. We have to just accept that we are living inside of history while it's being made. No one has the script. The future isn't some fixed place we're all headed to. It's something we're all building, decision by decision in real time.
So I'll just leave you with this one question to take back to your teams. Look at the systems you're building, the ones you're responsible for. Are they designed like a rigid roadmap, assuming the path ahead is clear and predictable? Or are they designed more like a ship with the right instruments and the flexibility you need to navigate a storm? Because in this new era, that difference is everything.